Hey friends, I recently watched the latest Vin Diesel romp Bloodshot, and although I've always dug Vin Diesel movies no matter how over the top they might have become or how unique they were back in the day, I found this latest movie, Bloodshot, boring. At first I couldn't put my finger on it. Had a good cast, lots of action, decent effects, cool sci-fi technology, albeit not overly original technology, but pretty cool nonetheless. So what the smeg is going on? Later that night, whilst unable to sleep, after watching the film, it dawned on me. Invincible heroes suck! Same thing happened to me when watching The Old Guard with Charlize Theron. I was going to do like an explanation video, but then I thought, no, I'll just do this instead because this is easier and I'm lazy. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the idea of immortality as a thought concept. One of my favorite films is The Man from Earth. That sequel though, yuck! Check out one or both of these videos about immortality or that movie. Also, I love Charlize Theron, not just because she's a babe, but because she's a wicked actor and can eat spicy food like a fucking champion. She's made a wicked career out of sci-fi too, which is my jam. I mean, I haven't made a career out of it, but I love sci-fi. So check out my Great Women of Sci-Fi video if you want. And also she's a babe. But The Old Guard, the film, left me wanting because, as mentioned, invincible heroes, they kind of suck. Similar to how in TV, the main characters never used to die, and thus their life or death conflicts lose their punch until shows like Game of Thrones came along and The Walking Dead and Breaking Bad and countless others where they just bump people off on a whim, it would seem. But then we get our John Wicks, Supermans and shit, and this is why I've always hated Superman, because he's too OP, he's too good, he's got laser dicks and can fly around the world and turn back time. It's too much. There's no stakes. Having a bad motherfucker who wipes out everyone in a film whilst barely getting a scratch is nothing new to cinema, but at least back in the day, they used to take a savage beating before defying the odds. These days, invincible death machines are a dime a dozen, and really, it's pretty boring. Like, usually there's a kill switch or something like an EMP or kryptonite or a literal kill switch like in Bloodshot, but still, it's just, I'm over it. And I'm in my 30s, man, so maybe dudes in their teens or 20s would be like, what's the fuck's this cracker on about? But after 30 years of this shit, you get bored with it, at least I do. So here are 3 reasons why invincible heroes suck. The big one, and by big one I mean big poo. Number 1, obviously the biggest reason why they suck turds is because there are no risks, no stakes, or stakes so low that the thrill is gone, at least most of the time. Say what you want about Game of Thrones, go on, say it. But I did enjoy the fact that anyone can be killed off without warning, more or less. It can be annoying when they do this, as you may have invested so much time and emotion into a character only to have them wiped out from existence, but that totally sucks, but that's just fucking life, baby. That's my life. Anyway, number 2, it's not overly believable. And yeah, I know the point of fantasy and sci-fi and TV and movies and just fiction in general is the suspension of disbelief for the sake of a riveting adventure or enjoyment. Entertainment. And in small doses, done well, done with a unique spin or take, it can be fun. As mentioned, John Wick was pretty dope, at least the first one. Superhero movies like Endgame and shit were pretty good as well. Even though everyone in that film is basically a god and some of them are actual gods, they were still pretty fun. Don't get me wrong, I love one-man kill machines if the fight choreography is excellent. Like fucking, I love good fight choreography, which it's often not. So yeah, done occasionally, seemingly invincible heroes can be fun, but it's not done occasionally, and I guess that brings me to my next point. It's done frickin' all the time. Number 3, been done all the frickin' time. Like, it was awesome at first, as mentioned, kind of like Terminator, right? Invincible villains, or seemingly invincible villains, are pretty awesome, because it gives the protagonist, or as all the kids say, the protags, a challenge, a scary, seemingly insurmountable problem to solve. This is cool, because we get good character development and problem solving, etc. But when the good guy is a killer, super death machine, then what's the fucking point? Like I said, it's cool sometimes, like a John Wick or any Denzel Washington movie pretty much, but as mentioned, I've seen it all before, a billion trillion Brazilian times. It's been done to death, which is ironic seeing as the good guys never die. That's an excellent joke. You should write that down. I'm gonna write that down. So anyway, how did you feel about Bloodshot or The Old Guard? Do you like invincible death machines as heroes in fiction? What's your favorite one-man death machine movie? Leave a comment and let's get a friendly discussion going. Okay, love you, bye.